Hi everyone, I am very happy to welcome you all to Dr. JJ's Virtual Academy of Commerce. In this video, I am going to take you through the accounting treatment in relation to the preparation of funds flow statement. We have a problem. The problem is very much related with a partnership concept. Let us get into the details of the problem and discuss the rest of the aspects. From the following balance sheets of Messrs. Somu and Sonu as on 1/1/2018, this is for the year 2017, and 31/12/2018, that refers the next year, which is nothing but the current year 2018 according to the problem. Prepare the funds flow statement. So obviously we need to prepare the funds flow statement for the current year 2018 in this situation. Let us get into the details of the liabilities and assets one after other. Kindly be careful in making note of the dates. See, this column is meant for the previous year 2017 and this column is meant for the current year 2018. So make sure it is correctly given. In some of the problems it will be other way around. They used to give the details of the current year in the first column and the details of the previous year in the second column. So make sure it's correctly understood by you. Just quickly have a look at the liabilities. Creditors, 40,000, 44,000. You find increase in creditors. This is a current liability. So it would be taken over to the schedule of changes in working capital. Then Mrs. Somu's loan, this is a non-current liability. It was 25,000 in the last year, now it is nil. Therefore, it has been repaid. So a long-term liability repaid will be taken over to funds flow statement and recorded as application of funds. Loan from Canara Bank, it was 40,000, now it is 50,000. You find increase in the loan account of Canara Bank. That means the concern has borrowed an additional loan of 10,000 rupees during the current year, which is nothing but source of fund. It will be taken over to the funds flow statement. Then capital is given with the opening value of 1,25,000 and the closing value of 1,53,000. My suggestion to all the learners there, whenever you find the funds flow statement problems related to either sole proprietary concern or partnership concern, you better prepare capital account so that you can come to know some hidden information like drawings made by the proprietor or partner, things like that. So make sure you prepare certainly capital account whenever you find the fund flow statement problems related to sole proprietary concern or partnership concern. So here also we are going to prepare a capital account. Then regarding the assets, cash, a current asset, opening 10,000, closing 7,000, you find decrease in the value of cash. It would be taken over to schedule of changes in working capital. Next one, debtors, a current asset. 30,000, 50,000, you find increase in a current asset. It will be taken over to the schedule of changes in working capital. Similarly, stock is also a current asset. It will be taken over to the schedule of changes in working capital. The rest of the three are non-current or fixed assets. Machinery, opening 80,000, closing 55,000. Land, 40,000, 50,000. You find increase in the value of land. Building, 35,000, 60,000. Let us look into the details of additional information and decide whether we should open separate ledger accounts for the non-current assets we have identified in the problem. Let us look at the additional information. During the year, that's the current year, a machine costing 10,000 rupees, accumulated depreciation thereon 3,000 rupees. Therefore, you find there is a provision for accumulated depreciation in this problem. Was sold for 5,000 rupees. Listen to me. A machine, a part of the machine costing 10,000, purchased for 10,000 some time back. Depreciated so far with the provision for depreciation amounted, how much it is? It is 3,000. So 10,000 cost, 3,000 accumulated depreciation. On the date of sale, what is its book value? Cost minus accumulated depreciation thereon. 10,000 minus 3,000. The book value of the machinery sold on the date of sale is supposed to be 7,000. But it is sold only for how much? 5,000 rupees. So a machinery with a book value of 7,000 sold for 5,000, this activity has made the concern to incur a loss of 2,000 rupees. That's what you need to understand now itself. The next one, provision for depreciation on machinery as on 1/1/2018 related to the previous year was 25,000, and as on 31/12/2018 amounted 40,000. So we are informed about the opening and closing balances of provision for depreciation account. Fine. Now let's look at the last detail that's given in the problem. Net profit for the year was amounted 45,000. So during the current year 2018, this business concern has made a profit of 45,000. So these are all the information we are given with through the problem. Now let us go through the 3 steps which I have clearly explained in a separate video titled Steps to be Followed in Preparation of Funds Flow Statement. Kindly go and watch the video. It is there in the playlist titled Funds Flow Analysis. Link for the playlist is given in the description of this video. Kindly watch it, you will gain better understanding. Fine. Let me take you through the first step, which is nothing but schedule of changes in working capital. To prepare this particular statement, we should have the list of current assets separately and current liabilities separately. I have already helped you to identify the list of current assets and current liabilities. Now you find the format of schedule of changes in working capital. Particulars, the first column is meant for last year, the second column is meant for current year, then you have another column meant for increase in working capital, the last column is meant for decrease in working capital. Look at the first item of current asset which we found in the balance sheet. Cash, opening 10,000, closing 7,000. You find decrease in the value of cash by 3,000. So decrease in the value of a current asset by 3,000 will lead to decrease in the value of working capital. Then debtors, 30,000, 50,000. You find increase in the current asset. Increase in the current asset leads to increase in working capital. It's simply because working capital is nothing but excess of current assets over current liabilities. If current asset increases, working capital will increase. If current asset decreases, working capital will get decreased. That's what the idea. Fine. So 30,000, 50,000, you find increase in working capital because of this particular change in the value of debtors. It is amounted 20,000. Stock 35,000, 25,000. Decrease in the value of stock by 10,000 will contribute for decrease in working capital by 10,000. Now you just total the list of current assets for the previous year and for the current year. It comes to 75,000 rupees for the previous year, 82,000 rupees for the current year. This is given with the character A. Total of current assets, character A. Now next one, current liabilities. We have only one current liability in this problem, which is nothing but creditors. 40,000, 44,000. Increase in the current liability will lead to decrease in working capital. If current liability goes up, working capital value will come down. And that's what we have recorded here. It is amounted 4,000 with regard to the change in the value of creditors. Now total of current liabilities given with the character B, it is 40,000 for the previous year, 44,000 rupees for the current year. Now let us calculate the amount of working capital. Fine. For this year separately and for the current year separately. Working capital A minus B, current assets A minus current liability B. 75,000 minus 40,000, it gives us 35,000 rupees. And similarly, for the current year, 82,000 is the total of current assets minus current liability 42,000. Therefore, the working capital for 2018 is 38,000. Now, among these two, which is a higher figure? It is like balancing a ledger account. 38,000 is the higher amount. Therefore, it becomes the value of total 38,000, 38,000. So, what is the difference you find? 3,000 rupees. Therefore, comparing the working capital of the previous year, working capital of the current year is increased by 3,000 rupees. So what is the result of schedule of changes in working capital? Increase in working capital by 3,000. The same could be verified with the support of the details in the last two columns. This column stands for increase. Increase is amounted with 20,000 rupees altogether. Decrease in working capital, it comes to only 17,000. 3,000 plus 10,000 plus 4,000, 17,000. So 20,000 is the higher amount among the two. So 20,000, 20,000. Since the total of the decrease in working capital comes to 17,000, what is the difference over here? 3,000 rupees. Therefore, increase in working capital is more by 3,000 rupees than decrease in working capital. Therefore, the same aspect is verified with the support of the details in the last two columns of schedule of changes in working capital. I hope you have understood this particular aspect very clearly. This is very, very important. Now let us get into the second step, which is nothing but preparation of the required ledger accounts. The end result of the preparation of ledger accounts will be either funds from operations or funds out of operations. Now you should understand which is the first ledger account to be opened. If at all you find provision for depreciation in a problem related to a particular fixed asset, give priority for opening that ledger account first. Now in this problem we found provision for depreciation on machinery amounted 25,000 with the opening value, 40,000 as the closing value. So let us first open that account. Provision for depreciation on machinery account. Where should you write the opening balance? For reserves, provisions, current liabilities, capital, they are all what balance? Credit balance. Therefore, you need to write the opening balance of this particular item in its credit side in the ledger. So, buy balance brought down 25,000. Obviously, the closing balance will be written in the debit side. After you write it, you do not know any other details now. You leave it with the opening and closing balance as of now. Then open machinery account at cost. That's an account related to this provision for depreciation. What is that? Open machinery account at cost value. Since provision for depreciation, opening and closing balances are given in the additional information, it is very, very sure that the machinery values which are presented in the balance sheet are at their book values. What is understanding? Since we find the opening and closing balances of provision for depreciation in the additional information, that means outside the balance sheet, the machinery presented in the balance sheet is recorded only with its book values. Now, what is that we are opening? Machinery account at cost value. So, therefore, what we should do? When we write the opening and closing balances, we should club both the book value and the corresponding provision for depreciation amount. Fine. We will do that. Now, where should you write the opening balance for machinery account? Machinery being an asset, it is a debit balance. Therefore, write the opening balance in the debit side. So, to balance brought down. This is the book value of the machinery in the beginning plus the opening balance of provision for depreciation 25,000 put together. What is the opening cost value of machinery? It is 1,05,000 rupees. Similarly, I have recorded the closing balance of the machinery. Closing book value 55,000 plus closing provision for depreciation 40,000 put together. What is the closing cost value of machinery? 95,000. Now we are ready for entering the rest of the details with regard to these two ledger accounts. Fine. Now if you look at an information in the additional details given in the problem, it says there is a machinery. Cost of the same is 10,000 rupees. Accumulated depreciation there are 3,000 rupees. Sold for 5,000. Now let us form a journal entry, a combined journal entry for this particular transaction. When you sell machinery for 5,000 rupees, cash account data, then when you sell a fixed asset for which you maintain provision for depreciation, what should you do in this situation? The corresponding provision for depreciation on the fixed asset sold should be closed. Only for that particular component or the particular item of the fixed asset. So here you are selling a machinery costing 10,000. So what is the corresponding provision for depreciation to this particular part of the machinery? It is only 3,000 rupees. So that account should be closed. So provision for depreciation account should be closed in two occasions. One, when the respective fixed asset comes to the end of its lifetime. Number two, if the respective fixed asset is sold in the middle of its lifetime. Here we are related with the second aspect. Since this particular machinery is sold, we have to close its corresponding provision for depreciation also. What is the balance of provision for depreciation? It is a credit balance. So if you want to close it, what should you do? You debit it. In double entry system of bookkeeping, if you want to close a credit balance, what you can do? You can debit the same, automatically it will be closed. So cash account debtor 5,000, provision for depreciation account debtor 3,000, leave one space in the journal entry which you will write. To machinery, what is the cost value of the machinery sold? 10,000. So 5,000 plus 3,000 debited, to machinery 10,000 credited. So what is the difference you find in the debit? 2,000. That's nothing but the loss on sale of machinery, which will be recorded with the name adjusted profit and loss account debtor. Now listen to me. Give the machinery account, cash account debtor 5,000. By provision for depreciation account debtor, what is that? 3,000. Then adjusted profit and loss account debtor 2,000 to machinery. Now among these three items, we have already opened provision for depreciation account. So we have to make corresponding posting there. What about adjusted P&L account? When we prepare adjusted P&L account, you can make corresponding posting in adjusted P&L account also. Fine. Now let us make corresponding posting for the second part of the journal entry. Because three journals have been combined here. What about buy cash? We don't open any cash account separately. It would be considered as a source of fund in the funds flow statement. Let's now get into the provision for depreciation account. Provision for depreciation account debtor to machinery. Provision for depreciation account debtor to machinery. This is for the provision of depreciation amount on the machinery sold. Fine, that's recorded. Now, let us close this ledger. Opening was 25,000. We have removed 3,000 rupees from the ledger because it's related with the machinery sold. The closing credit balance in the ledger is supposed to be 22,000 only if nothing else has been taken place. From 25,000 opening, we have separated or removed 3,000 rupees. The closing is supposed to be 22. But what is the actual closing here? 40,000 rupees. So what is the difference between the expected closing balance of 22,000 and the actual closing balance of 40,000? That's nothing but 18,000. 18,000 is an increase in the balance of provision for depreciation we notice, which is nothing but current year provision for depreciation made. What is the journal entry for it? Adjusted profit and loss account debtor to provision for depreciation. The moment you credit provision for depreciation, the balance of provision for depreciation, since it is already credited, it will go up. That's the meaning. So adjusted profit and loss account debtor 18,000 to provision for depreciation account 18,000, and that's nothing but current year provision, which is a hidden information we have come to know by preparing this ledger separately. Now you understand the purpose of preparing this ledger. Now so it's tallied with the 43,000. Now let us look at machinery account and try to close it. We have already made posting for this combined journal entry with regard to the sale of a part of machinery. Opening 1,05,000. We have sold the machinery with a cost value of 10,000. So 1,05,000 minus 10,000, the expected closing balance in the cost value of machinery account should be 95,000. Am I correct? 1,05,000 minus 10,000, the expected closing balance in this account is 95,000. What is the actual closing balance? It is also 95,000. Therefore, there is no other hidden information with regard to machinery account. There is no other sale of machinery taken place. There is no purchase of machinery taken place during the current year, with regard to this problem. This is what we have learned by preparing this ledger. Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, we need to prepare a capital account with regard to problems related with sole proprietary or partnership consents. Let's look at the capital account. Where will you write the opening balance of capital? Capital being a credit item, you need to write the opening balance on the credit side. By balance brought down 1,25,000. Then similarly you write to balance carried out. Whenever you write the closing balance either on the debit side or credit side of the ledger accounts, you leave required space for the other items to be recorded in relation to the ledgers. So here we have written it after leaving 2-3 lines in the debit side. So to balance carried out 1,53,000. You record the profit made by the concern during the current year. It is amounted how much? 45,000. So profit, when you add profit with the capital, the value of capital will go up. What is the nature of capital? What is the nature of its balance? It is always a credit balance. So if you want to increase the value of the capital, which is a credit balance, you have to further credit it. That's what the idea. So net profit to capital. If you write net profit in the credit side, then what is the journal? Net profit to capital. You just assume it like a journal, and now you find 45,000 that's recorded there. Now let us do balancing of this ledger. 1,25,000 plus 45,000, the total comes to 1,70,000. The closing balance of capital is supposed to be 1,70,000 rupees if nothing else has been taken place. But what is the actual closing balance? It is only 1,53,000. So there is an item missing. What is that? How much of its value? Its value is 17,000. It is missing from capital account. That's nothing but drawing made by the partners. To cash 17,000. So capital account debtor to cash 17,000. This is the hidden information we have come to know by preparing the ledger for capital. Now let's go to prepare adjusted profit and loss account. Why I straightly go to prepare adjusted profit and loss account? Look at other details here. Should we prepare ledger account for land? Not required. There is no additional information with regard to land. So what we can understand, increase in the value of land by 10,000 is nothing but purchase of land. You can take it to the funds flow statement, write it as an application of fund directly. Building 35,000, 60,000. You find increase in the value of building by 25,000. You treat it as purchase of building. It would be recorded as an application of funds in the funds flow statements. Therefore, there is no need to prepare separate ledgers for these two non-current assets. Now, that's why we directly go to prepare, what is that account? Adjusted profit and loss account. Since we are only informed about the profit made by the concern during the current year, you write it as the closing balance. To net profit, 45,000. Now, how to prepare adjusted P&L account? The step-by-step procedure for preparing this particular ledger account without committing any mistake is what? You first browse through the ledgers you have opened, one after another. What is the first ledger we have opened? Is there anything related to adjusted P&L account? See, adjusted P&L account debtor to provision for depreciation. You record it there. Adjusted profit and loss account debtor to provision for depreciation 18,000. So we have recorded the first item. Then go through the next ledger account. Is there any aspect related to adjusted P&L account? Yes. There is a loss on sale of machinery amount of 2,000. What is the journal? Adjusted P&L account debtor to machinery. See, to loss on sale of machinery 2,000. Is there anything related to this particular ledger account? I mean, is there anything related to adjusted profit and loss account here? The net profit, that's already recorded there. Now you go through the liability side of the balance sheet. Is there any items like reserves? In the case of problems related to companies, you find general reserve. You understand, right? So if there is an increase in general reserve, that could be recorded as to transfer to general reserve because it's a non-operating item. Then similarly, if you find goodwill written off, if you browse through the asset side, if you find goodwill and the value of the goodwill comes down, the goodwill written off, which could have been adjusted through profit and loss account, is a non-operating expenditure or loss, and that should be recorded there. So like that. Fine. So first you browse through the ledgers and pick up the aspects related to adjusted P&L account and do the posting of the same in adjusted P&L account. Next you go through the liability side. Is there anything that will affect the adjusted profit and loss account, you check it out. If nothing is there, go through the asset side. Is there anything else other than whatever we have considered already? With regard to sale of the machinery, we have already recorded. With regard to provision, opening provision for depreciation, closing provision for depreciation is already used in our ledger account. So no other additional information that should be recorded in the adjusted P&L account. Therefore, let us close adjusted profit and loss account and come to know what is the resultant figure. If you close it, you find balance sheet figure of 65,000 rupees in the credit side of adjusted P&L account, which is nothing but funds from operations. That is what we have come to know by preparing adjusted profit and loss account, which is the last ledger account we should always prepare in the preparation of funds flow statement. Now let's move to the third step, which is nothing but preparation of funds flow statement. Look at the format: sources of funds, amount column; application of funds, amount column. Now, how to start with this particular funds flow statement? Again, go through the ledgers one after other first. Right. Is there any connection between the provision for depreciation on machinery account and sources and application of funds? You don't find any cash aspect related with this ledger. You understand, right? You don't find anything. Then go through the next one. Is there any purchase or sale of machinery which could be treated as sources or application of funds? Yes. They have sold machinery for a value of 5,000 rupees, which is a source of fund that should be recorded first. You understand? Right. Do you find any other item like purchase of machinery? No, there is nothing there. Then similarly, you go through the capital account. Is there any cash inflow or outflow, fund inflow or outflow here? Yes. There is an item named drawing. Through that, fund has gone out of the business. It is amounted 17,000. Therefore, it is application of funds. So that is recorded. So we have covered these three ledgers. What about adjusted profit and loss account? It has resulted with the funds from operations. It is amounted 65,000, which is a source of fund, and that is also recorded. Therefore, we have completely covered ledger accounts, including adjusted profit and loss account. Fine. And now let us go through the liability side of the balance sheet. This is a current liability already recorded in schedule of changes in working capital. Look at this one. Mrs. Soam's loan, the opening was 25,000, closing is nil. That means this long-term liability has been repaid, which is an application of funds, and that is also recorded there. See, the second item in the application of funds, repayment of Mrs. Soam's loan, 25,000. And what about the next one? Loan from Canara Bank. This is a non-current liability. Opening 40,000, closing 50,000. Therefore, we have additionally borrowed 10,000 rupees of loan from Canara Bank, which is sources of fund. Look at it, the third item in the sources of funds in the funds flow statement. Loan from Canara Bank, 10,000. What about the assets? This is a current asset. Current assets already channelized through schedule of changes in working capital. Machinery, we opened ledger account separately. Therefore, whatever related with the machinery, that's already recorded. Then land, opening 40,000, closing 50,000. Therefore, purchase of land should have been taken place, which is an application of fund. See, look at the third item in the funds flow statement, application side, purchase of land 10,000. What about this one? Building, 35,000 opening, closing 60,000. You find an increase of 25,000 rupees in the value of building, which is nothing but purchase of building. Again, application of fund, and that is also recorded there. Fine. Now let us quickly check it out. I explained the loan from Canara Bank, source of fund, amounted 10,000. Repayment of Mrs. Soam's loan, 25,000, application of fund. Then purchase of land, 10,000 rupees, application of fund. Purchase of building, 25,000 rupees, and application of fund. Now what is the only item which we have not recorded so far in the funds flow statement, which is nothing but increase in working capital. Fine. So increase in working capital 3,000 rupees and application of fund, that is also recorded there. Right? Now what is that? You find the funds flow statement tallied with a total of 80,000. I hope I have done my level best to make you all understand the 3 steps involved in the preparation of funds flow statement using this problem, a problem related with a partnership concern. Fine? Thanks for your time to watch this video. Bye for now, everyone. Good luck.